I'm working on the BC600XL. Made in you know where. Anyway, it needs a new muffler, and it's not gonna get one because I only own half this machine, and my decision was to buy a new muffler. But the other half said no, so I'm fixing it. It had more than that. It had 8 holes. 2 up here I patched. I should have put 1 long strip. It had 2 over here, and then it had 2 here and 2 here, but I just put 1 big piece. And I mean, the metal's so thin that it's just burning holes right through it. It's a little bit thicker than this, but not much. You know, that's what happens. The moisture from the exhaust, the gasoline, it's a gasoline chipper. It condenses in there, and this is the pieces that are missing. You know, so what I'm going to do is grind these tabs right off. I'm going to find a couple of, I'm looking for 4 3/8 or 5/16 bolts. I'll drill a couple of holes bigger. I'm going to try and get them to line up on this thick metal here that I just welded in. So 2 in front and 2 on top. And then we'll weld those on. And if I ever have to take this shield off for any reason, I can just unbolt it and take it off, or something. It should just be welded back on, but this metal's so thin. It's like paper thin right there. This end. Yeah, this end here is like, I could probably break that off with my hand. And this one's missing. This one's completely missing, so. Yep. So that's what I'm doing on this wonderful October day. I think it's October 24th today, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what I said I was going to do, but I went ahead and did a little extra here. And like I said, I wasn't going to put this little heat shield on here. It should have had one here from day one, from the factory. Look at what it did to the plastic here. I would not have been happy buying this new, and it did that the first month I had it. So I put this, I drilled 2 little holes. I didn't bend it. I kept it straight to see how it fits. It fits really good like that. And then I put these 2 5/16 holes, bolts. I drilled the holes bigger. Those are 1/4 inch, I think. So they just stick in that far. I got a nut washer on each side, you can see. And then I cut the tabs off. One of them was missing. I think this one was missing. This one was so rusty when I went to bend it to get it back where I wanted, it broke. So I cut it right off completely. These 2 aren't too bad. I mean, I could replace them too with bolts, but you know, trying to minimize how much time I'm spending on this. But also, I gotta get home. I'm gonna use this one. I want to sharpen a few chainsaws, do some other things. So that seems to fit really good there. Look at that. That's why wasn't that there from day one? I don't understand. So, and these line up pretty good to where they are. They're right on the metal tab right there. That thick metal tab in the front and in the back. I'm going to put a little tack weld on these bolts so they don't fall off. And then I'm probably going to do the little 1/4 inch ones too, because it's really hard to get in there. Yeah, I think I'll weld them. And then I'll weld that on. That heat shield hasn't been on in 4 or 5 years. So yeah, I think it's the pipe is starting to disappear, that pipe. Maybe we'll get another year or 2 out of it. I don't know. I think fixing mufflers is not a good investment in your time, but I had an hour this afternoon. It's welded on. Not the nicest weld. It's hard to get in there. I think it'll hold though. This is very ugly down here. Actually, this one turned out not bad. The other end is really, really ugly. Yeah, but it's hard to see in there. Anyway, it's on. The heat shield it caught fire in there. Heat shield's working. There's some leaves. Yeah, I'm gonna blow that out. Should be kept clean in there, because fire is the biggest hazard with this thing. If it ever caught fire, you better have a hose nearby or something. It's full of wood chips everywhere. And you got a exhaust system here at 600 degrees, inches away from a bunch of sawdust and stuff. Anyway, it was like spewing flames right out of these holes. So now it'll be coming out here. Not so much flames, but hot exhaust. I think I'm happy with the way that went. Yeah, for how much time I put into it, it's not bad. Was not a big repair. Not a lot of time, but that was bothering me for a long time, having no heat shield, nothing on there. So, and now it's even better than it was originally, because this little plate was not in there, and it seems to be shielding it just like I wanted. So could have been an inch bigger over here, but anyway, there was nothing there before. So, and there even should be a heat shield right here between the filter housing and this right here, because it's melted, the plastic right there. Kind of stupid. I don't know how they don't correct these problems before they manufacture these. But even the filter could have been located further back or something. I don't know. Nah, there's not a lot of room. Anyway, you know, really this should have some sort of a metal shield, or like a rain sun guard kind of thing for the engine. Like the engine just sitting here. We always put a piece of plywood. We jam it in here and it sits on this plastic. I don't like that either too much. It's just sitting on this. You can see it's all rubbed here. So maybe I could drill a hole, put a couple of bolts in here, come up, make a little bar come up kind of thing. Like maybe just for the rest of that plywood. It just sits really nicely in there, right in that little groove. And it sits on this kind of, and then you need a third point, maybe over here, further out. So protects it from the sun and the rain. Sun just breaks things down. Yeah. So that's it for this video. We're gonna put this thing to use tomorrow.